Tell
How?
us, monetary policy rate, so that this is the benchmark. Currently in Nigeria, monetary policy rate is 24%. I mean 27%, 27.5%, which simply means that if that's a benchmark for every bank to write down, of course, give or take. When a bank can say, I want to add 20, I want to add, they cannot add beyond a certain threshold. So 27%, give or take, their operation cost should be around 35%. Microfinance around 45%. Now, are you telling me that a loan app, microfinance, is that is charging 100%, 150%, they are following the CBN law? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
Or they can do as they like? So what are you now defending?
They can't do as they like. I am trying to tell you that there's always an agreement before you click on that app to borrow that money. So you should have read
What
the
is
agreement. You
what?
agree
So
with the
okay,
terms.
let's go to the
Click on
agreement.
it
Now you
and
have
get it.
shifted to agreement. Now,
If
now
you
you have
don't,
shifted to agreement.
yes, there is.
Wait,
Yes.
you have now let's talk about agreement so that you know that you are just talking from sentiment. You are not talking from the perspective of elites in terms of financial education. Now
I don't need to
you
talk.
shifted to agreement.
See, I don't need to talk
Wait,
from
let's talk.
perspective of any. All I know is that expectations
Let
and
us
reality are
talk from
different.
agreement. Let's talk from
Nigerians
agreement.
don't like to pay debt. That's what I know. And there is
Wait,
see,
all these things you are saying. Why is it that in the last 7 years we have 1,200 loan apps in Nigeria, and yet you are telling me that none of them left Nigeria? 1,200 loan apps, and you are telling me that Nigerians don't like to pay debt. How are these things existing if they don't like to pay debt? So what you are saying is not adding up. Now let's go back
no,
to that
there are
terms and
very
conditions.
there are very still very responsible people who borrow monies and pay before they are due date. Not imagine,
So
not looking
what
at
you
the
are
fact
telling me
I do it.
now, and so
I
why are
do
you
it.
generalizing it that Nigerians don't? Why are you generalizing it that Nigeria don't pay debt? If you know that if 10% of responsible people are paying back and 90% are not paying, it simply means that the loan app will collapse. So why are they still in business? Now that one is
See,
by the way. You mentioned no. Let's hang on this so that you will everybody here about 200 people will know if you are actually right or we are actually wrong. Now you mentioned loan. You mentioned agreement that you did not sign the agreement. Fine, we signed the agreement. Now you tell me, is your agreement, your so-called agreement, greater than CBN policy or Nigerian policy? Is it greater than your CBN policy or Nigerian policy? Answer yes or no. If it is no, explain. If it is yes, explain. Is it greater?
please ask that question again,
Hello.
please.
Your agreement, you said we borrowers signed the agreement. You said
Okay.
that we signed the agreement. We saw the agreement and we signed. No wala. Now I'm now telling you, this your agreement that I signed. Is that agreement greater or superior or nullify CBN policy and microfinance license policy that govern money lending in Nigeria? Is it greater than that policy? Answer the question.
It is
I'm
not
with
greater
you.
than that policy.
Okay, so it simply means that your policy must be subject to that CBN policy. Am I right?
But I can choose to change my policy to suit me.
Why will you
All you
choose
need
your
to do,
yeah,
all
why
you
will
need
you
to
choose why
read
will
the
you choose your
policy. If you
policy?
agree with
Wait,
the policy, are there not people? That's what I'm saying now. Please, Mr. Man.
why
Are
will
there,
you
do
choose your policy that is against CBN policy?
you know that there are no policies twisted? Do you know that?
That what?
Sir, please
Do you know that there are no
bring
policies
this lady
twisted?
down. She's confusing us here. Bring her down.
Do you know
Before
that?
I bring her down, let us hear from her. Tell
I'll
us.